H.R. McMaster, who served as Trump's national security advisor, is giving a pretty blistering account of the Trump White House in a new book, even describing meetings in the Oval Office as, quote, exercises in competitive sycophancy. Let's listen to what he said on CBS. Let's listen to this.
Also, the story in the book is how difficult it was for him at times to keep that decision, in part because people know how to kind of push his buttons. You know, this will make you look weak to your political base. This will, you know, so I think that in writing the story, I'm hoping to, if he's reelected, to inoculate him a little bit, you know, so that he's not that easy to, you know, to manipulate, you know, and to appeal to, you know, maybe some of his insecurities and some of his predilections.
Yeah, sure, Mike. I mean, this is a continuation of what we saw at the DNC. Former Trump officials coming out and saying that Trump is not fit for the presidency. What's your response to McMaster here?
You know, I take those quotes to be that Lieutenant General McMaster is someone that if Trump were to win this election and go back to the White House, you want aides and advisors like that. Individuals who are going to inoculate you from people with their own vanity, their own personal interests, to advise the principal on the best decisions possible as he has to make tough decisions to move the country forward. And here you have a guy who said, look, if I were to go back, I want to sort of protect him from some of those individuals who are going to play into some of the worst instincts he may have. You want advisors like that versus the latter, who only care about themselves, who only care about their own interests, who only care about their own objectives, because it's not about them, it's about the American people. And I think you sort of saw that with Lieutenant General McMaster.
Chuck, I think what McMaster is also saying is that Trump's pretty susceptible to that kind of stuff. Flattery, fawning. I mean, we saw those, they were called the Dear Leader, you know, sort of cabinet meetings during the Trump presidency, where he would go around the room and different officials would praise him.
I think this reminds voters as well of what Kamala Harris said, don't go back. You don't want to go back to the sycophants who are just around him, who just want to not be McMasters, but tell him what he wants to hear, especially when we're at war around the country, when the economy is what it's doing. Like, you want an adult and somebody who takes the presidency very seriously. So I think that what this does is remind them that they don't want to go back to those days.